So as we mentioned, President Xi mentioned two things in his address on China's economy, the stock market and the RMB exchange rate. And there were comments that the government has been interfering too much in these two aspects. Do you think that President Xi was rebutting these claims in his speech?
I think President Xi has done a very good job in rebutting those claims. Chinese is rising, but Chinese is rising majorly economically. So Chinese economy matters to the else in the world. And recently, the slowdown of Chinese economy worries not for the foreign observers. So I think, first of all, Xi touched directly to the economic situation in China. And he touched the two most important aspects. One is stock markets, another devaluation of RMB. In stock markets, he first of all admitted that Chinese government do adopt some measures to manage it. But after that, he said Chinese stock markets now entering a new stage of self-remedy and self-adjustment. This is normal for the future stock market. And as for the devaluation of Chinese currency, RMB, he said Chinese RMB has no basis for the continue to devaluation. I think those statements, I think, do reassure the American audience. I think he have done a very good job.
And let's talk about other subjects. Cybersecurity is one of those issues that are expected to be brought up when the two leaders meet in Washington, D.C. And she made it clear that any attacks on government networks and commercial cyber theft are crimes and culprits should be punished. So how important is cooperation on cybersecurity in facilitating bilateral relations?
First of all, I think the President Xi did not avoid to mentioning the cybersecurity issue, which is now one of the first concerns in the United States. And secondly, I think President Xi admitted that both countries, not only the States, but China, also the victims of hacker attack. And then he said he initiated that in the future we want to cooperate. For example, we'll resume the high level of cybersecurity cellular dialogue and pursue the possibility for the future cybersecurity cooperation. Because as the number one and number two cyber countries, and the U.S. and China should need the new model to lead the world in a rule-based cybersecurity world. This is what U.S. and China should do and want to do in the future.
Where does the trust issue fit in here when it comes to cyber cooperation? Because both sides are worried about access to confidential information and information leak. So how important is that?
Yeah, today I think American media exaggerated the so-called commercial theft and the Chinese hacker attack to American government and private, mailbox, this kind of issues. But actually, if you remember the past, for example, Snowden cases show that Chinese and other countries also attacked by American hackers and even by American governmental-based hackers. So in this regard, we have no winners. We both are losers when facing the hacker attacks. So the only way is to stop those kind of quarrel, stop this kind of attack by the medias, and sit down and find a reasonable solution. That is the only way to the future cooperation.
Thank you, Mr. Yuan. We'll be continuing our discussion in just a moment.